can't believe it either. It's been 10 years since TNA was created. Holy shit. 10 fucking years. Damn. That is just such a long time. Who thought this company would still be around? Not me. I'm not gonna lie. Back in like when Hogan came and TNA was just in a mess when RVD was world champion, and then that whole Immortal and bullshit, whatever that tag team, Fortune 4, was that it? Fortune 4! You know, after all that, I thought TNA was just going down my toilet like a shit. But TNA is still around. Robert Roode's world champion, but it's been okay run for him. It's still around, which I'm surprised at. Now, I'm not a TNA hater. Oh no. I've been a TNA fan since it started, basically. You know, I caught it randomly on TV, and I was like, oh, what's this shit? And then I saw there was a squared ring, and I saw there was a small crowd in the Asylum days. And I'm like, man, dude, that's sick. The Asylum? Man, those were good days for TNA. But in all seriousness, congrats to TNA for making it 10 years. And I just want to tell you guys, like, my favorite superstars and some of my favorite matches and memorable moments. As for favorite superstars in TNA, it has to be down to these five. These are my five favorite superstars in TNA. I'm not counting any of those WWE guys that got sent home and then all of a sudden we're like, hell, bitch, we're cashing in on TNA. No, I'm talking about legit original TNA superstars. AJ Styles has to be on there because really he got me into TNA. That motherfucker did shit that I've never seen before. Not even Rey Mysterio could do the stuff that like AJ Styles did back in his prime. Maybe he could have, but that's over exaggerated. Number two has to be Robert Roode. Robert Roode, when he debuted with the Team Canada, with Scott D'Amore going, yes, yes, yes. That's where the yes originated. Not from Daniel Bryan, not from Diego Sanchez, a UFC fighter. It came from Scott D'Amore going, yes, 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 yes. That is where the yes originated. Remember that, people. But Bobby Roode, he was just such a great talent. He looked a lot like someone we know, if you get what I'm saying. But he just had a spine buster. He had the moves, the looks. He should have been world champion a long time ago. A long, long, long time ago. Tennessee Cowboy James Storm. Now, that guy has to be on my list because really, the Cowboy, when he was in AMW, he did a great job as a heel, making me despise the living shit out of his stupid drunk ass. Really, his drunk ass pissed me off when he was with AMW working with Jeff Jarrett, and when they would cost Team 3D the tag titles or disband Triple H. Oh my god, he pissed me off. But then as a face, I still love him, man. James Storm just does such a great job at his job. He's entertaining as fuck, great mic skills. James Storm has to be on that list for me. And number four, I know this sounds awkward, but this guy, to me, it's TNA's original monster and only monster. Abyss, man. Fucking Abyss is the shit, man. I don't give a fuck. TNA's fucking up his character, but I still love Abyss. He may not be top 20 current wrestlers, but when it comes down to TNA wrestlers, Abyss was that motherfucker. He was that guy that would make me get all pissed off. He was that monster that I was like, man, they're doing a better job with Abyss in TNA that they're doing with Kane and WWE at this point. Really, in the world of wrestling, the monsters were kind of going down. Undertaker, he wasn't really considered a monster anymore. Kane, he just kind of fell off. And then WWE tried to make us believe Gene Snitsky was a monster, like Gene Snitsky scary. But Abyss, he was legit up until, like, I want to say, past 2 years. And, like, 2010 was when Abyss started to become unlegit. But Abyss used to rule, man, like, Abyss sucks. So when the fans used to chant out, man, Abyss, he's put on some great matches in TNA history. I'm not gonna lie there. Now, number five, this was a hard pick for me because I'm trying to think of TNA guys that I really did like throughout the years, and really I was just thinking, gotta give love to the X Division because X Division was, not gonna lie, one of the main things. Is one of the main things that got me into TNA. Chris Sabin, hell Sabin, what? Hell Sabin. Dude, fucking Chris Sabin used to be the shit back then. He was like Samojo's real challenger. When Samojo came to TNA, Chris Sabin was like the first guy to stand up to Joe and then like freaking fight Joe. Wrestled in most of the Ultimate X matches. I'm glad he's back. Such were Alex Shelley leaving TNA. We don't know what he's going to do. Hopefully, Alex Shelley has a bright future ahead of him. But, Chris Sabin, definitely a guy that I really do love in the X Division. I know fans are going to be like, you didn't say Kazarian or Christopher Daniels. Look. They weren't my flavor. But I did like one tag team in TNA, Triple fucking X. I'm not talking about no porno. I'm talking about Triple fucking X. And speaking of Triple fucking X, my all-time favorite TNA match. This may surprise people. You know, talk about X Division. I kind of like. Many people probably think I would choose one match, which is my second favorite all-time TNA match, than this match. The match that really made me especially love the tag team wrestling and especially made sense for TNA was Triple X versus AMW, Turning Point, first ever six sides of steel. And the fun fact is, they wrestled in the first ever cage match in TNA history. And this match to me was just so awesome. Blood. If you're a fan of blood, there's blood in that match. Fan of tag team wrestling, this is a great tag team wrestling match. You have one of the most memorable moments when Elix fucking Skipper walks on the crazy cage and you're saying, oh god, he's gonna kill himself. Don West even said, he's gonna kill himself. And then all of a sudden, he hits a Hurricane Rana and then, oh, that was just mind blown. This match was just crazy good. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go see it. It's like 26 minutes long. But you know what? It's a damn good fucking match. This is a match I've watched over and over again, and I'm definitely going to be watching it this week, hyping myself up for this lackluster Slammiversary card. But in all honesty, it's just, you know, that's my favorite match, the second favorite match of all time. Of course, you got to go with Joe, AJ, and Daniels at Unbreakable. I mean, this was the X Division main event match, and it deserved to go on last. I mean, Raven versus Rhino in a dog collar ECW throwaway match? Fuck that. That match sucked. This match was fucking awesome. The spots that you see, the moves that you get. Unbreakable 2005 is an underrated show from TNA. If you haven't seen it, you can go check it out. But, other moments in TNA that you really did like, the first time Ken Shamrock won the NWA World title. I remember when I saw that. I was like, wow. The first time R-Truth won the NWA title. Oh, guess who's back? Little Chris. He loves when R-Truth won the NWA title. He didn't believe me. For him being the biggest R-Truth mark I fucking know, he didn't believe me that R-Truth won the NWA World title not once, not twice. And who can forget about the 3 Live crew? Not one, not two, but the 3 Live crew. I mean, that was a great tag team. One of my favorite tag teams along with Team Canada. Remember, Scott D'Amore, originator of yes, 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 yes. But, although I'd be praising TNA, it's like there's some bad stuff in TNA. Like the WWE guys being more featured than the TNA guys. I remember the main event Mafia. Although I am a fan of that storyline, it really did bury the TNA talent. The front line was a stupid faction. It made no sense. I respect him as a legend, but Sting coming back was a good moment, even though Bound for Glory, when guys like Samoa Joe could get a rub from Sting winning there. Nah, Sting's got to win the world title, baby. That's not to mention the fact that Jeff Jarrett gets featured in main event matches, even main event matches without the world title on the line, might I add. Remember the fans' revenge match, people, with Samoa Joe, where they, with people, Jim Cornette as TNA GM, whatever happened to that? He just like disappeared one day. It was just all like, oh yeah, Jim Cornette is TNA GM, and then all of a sudden, no, he gone. But it's just, I'm happy for TNA and somewhat shaky on TNA. TNA's rebuilding right now. I think they've been doing a good job with their product. Remember, guys, TNA is an alternative to WWE, not a competition. If you guys understand that, then good for you. If you don't, I'm not going to explain it. So comment down below your favorite moments, your favorite matches, your worst moments. Robert Roode, Eric Young feud. Oh god, that was terrible. Don't fire Eric bullshit. What are your thoughts on TNA going 10 years? I think it's cool. I'm happy for them, especially being a fan for so long. Um, but yeah, what are some of your favorites? This was kind of like a TNA rambling video. But yeah, just comment down below, subscribe to CO Live for those video game shit, and that's all I gotta say. See y'all.